Hi, greetings from the Curated Crayon. I'm Bree Tyndall, your host. Today I'm excited. I'm going to delve right into one of my other fun little drawings. Today is going to be a peacock. It's kind of like you're making your own really cool little coloring sheet. So I'm going to start you with the basics. First, you need a good sized sheet of white paper. And then you want to use a permanent marker or a crayon if you're not quite there for a permanent marker to draw this picture. Or you can also just use a pencil to sketch it out. And then you can always add in, trace the outline with a crayon or marker. So here we go. We're going to draw a fun little peacock head, like this. And then we're just going to have a little body that comes down like this. Because really our focus is going to be on all the feathers. And then we're going to make a nice pointed peacock beak. And then we're going to have some marks for eyes here. Couple small little eyes. You can always add details to the eyes if you want. All right. We're going to put some fun little feet down here, little legs. Boop. And then it's going to get some wings. Or I should say some feathers right here. It's just a little detail. And you can always do your own variations on this. I just want to give you a starting point to create your own. A little detail here. Sometimes I go back in, and you've seen me do this in other projects. We just kind of outline it a little more to kind of make it a little bolder. Kind of call it out. There we go. And outline the feathers a little bit more here. And the level of detail you give it is up to you. Here. And sometimes it definitely takes a couple of run-throughs at least to practice. So again, if you're hesitant at all, please feel free to first do this with a crayon or marker. First feel free to do this with a pencil and then with a crayon or marker. All right. So now we have that detail. Now we're going to add the big poof of feathers like this. Make sure you have enough space to work on your table. There we go. And then the fun part for adding a little more detail. So we're going to start on the one side on the bottom. We're going to draw a line about halfway, and then we're going to draw a heart. And then we're going to connect that line through, and then we're going to kind of draw like a half circle, and then a full circle, just like that. And then we're going to go back on that same line, and we're going to go add a second heart around the first heart. So boom, those are what your basic lines of feathers are going to be like. And you're just going to go through, you do like 6 or 8 or so, however much spacing you feel you'd like yours to have. And again, this leaves a lot of room to add your own detail. There we go. Up, and then I stop, make a half circle, and then on the inside make a full smaller circle. Don't forget to go back and detail your heart. We're going to do one here, up, like that. You really start to get into it after a little while. You get a little rhythm going here with how you want your lines to be. There we go. We'll add a couple more in. And feel free to turn your paper as you go if it makes it easier for you to get it in the style you want. I know I'm always turning my paper around. Circle, we'll add one more heart, line, half circle. Could even start chanting it to yourself. All right. Now, I could go back, and I would recommend this to my friends at home. I would go and kind of darken that in, shade it in a little bit to make it a little more bolder. But this is your basic peacock drawing. I hope you've had fun with it. Here's the finished product. And then also, here's some variations that I actually did with mine after it was done. I actually did take a little bit of watercolor to mine and colored in some of it, but not all of it. Like this. And then I also And that was watercolor. This one is done with crayon and I fully colored it in if you want to. So there's so many variations that you could do on this, but really you're kind of creating like your own coloring page. You can make one for yourself, could make one for your friends. And as I always say, this is great for kids and it's great for grown-ups. Have fun with it, de-stress, make art. See you next time on the Curated Crayon.